Here we're going to look at topic 36, example 4, factor a trinomial with two variables. Part A, how does multiplying binomials in two variables relate to factoring trinomials? So we want to consider the following binomial products, and they give us a couple examples. So we'll talk about examples 1, 2, and 3 here. Notice how each set of binomial, the product of each set of binomials, we have x and we have y. So there's x and y values. And then notice when you multiply everything out, we get x squared for each one, and then we have y squared as well. And in the middle, we have a coefficient with xy, xy, and xy. So for these specific sets of problems or types of problems, when you have two variables, when you multiply them out, your first and last terms will be that variable squared, and the middle term, we'll say your b term, your b group, will just have the two variables, in this case, x and y. So let's look at part B. What is the factored form of x squared plus 10xy plus 24y squared? We're going to follow our factor sum method. So we're looking for factors of 24 that have a sum of 10. Now, this one works out kind of nicely for us because everything's positive, so we don't have to worry too much about the signs. We know they're all going to be positive. So I'm going to list my factor pairs for 24, 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. So we add them up, right? The sum of 1 and 24 will be 25. That doesn't work. 14 doesn't work. 11 doesn't work. 10 works. All right, so this will be factorable. We would have factors 4 and 6. So you just want to be careful when you're setting these up. They're a little bit different because we have that second variable. So we'll still lead each binomial with x, and then we're going to add 4 and add 6 from our factor sum chart. But this time, because we do have that second variable y, we're just going to put a y with the second term in each binomial pair. That's it. That's your factor form. So you still follow the factor sum chart. It gives you some extra practice with that. You just want to make sure that the second variable in each binomial does have that second variable. Remember, you can always check these to make sure everything works out. We have x plus 4y times x plus 6y. X times x would be x squared. Get 6xy plus 4xy plus 24y squared. Combine, that should be x squared. Combine your like terms, so you get 10xy. Bring down your 24y squared. It checks out. All right, so just get used to working with your factor sum chart, and you shouldn't have too much trouble with this section. As I've mentioned in a lot of my videos, make sure you are careful with your signs. This one was all positive numbers, so it wasn't much of a problem. But if you look at number 8 on the bottom here, you do have a negative 10. So be careful when you're looking at your factors. Some of them may need to be positive, some of them may need to be negative.